Everyone out there, this is Amber Griffiths with Your Brand by Design, and today I want to talk to you about momentum. Momentum, that push forward, that urgency, that movement forward, that growth, that the complete opposite of holding still and going backward. One of the easiest things I think that we do in our business, in our branding, is to become really complacent and send out the same thing all the time, or just stop because you think, well, they've already seen it, they've already had this. Why send out more? The easiest way, the best way to create momentum in your brand is through consistency, and this is not boredom. Let me give you an example of what I mean. One of my favorite songs from The Cure, clear back in college days, that dates me, is called To the Sky. And this song is absolutely amazing, in part because it's just beautiful, and when you listen to it, it's absolutely from The Cure. But you don't even have to like that band, shame on you, but you don't have to like that band to understand what it's doing. It starts with a single instrument, one single melody line, and a couple measures into it, it adds another. Different instrument, different noise, different, not the same, it's not the same notes, but it complements what you're already hearing. And by the time the lyrics come in, you have this entire band, this entire orchestra. Not one of them is singing the exact same tune, but as much as the guitar is doing this and the bass guitar is doing, whatever, it complements it, it supports it, and it builds momentum, because you start out with this, hi, this is the song, and then all of a sudden it's bigger and louder, and it's moving you, and it's getting your heart thumping, and by the time the lyrics come in and he's singing, which beautiful lyrics, by the way, again, go check out this song, but by the time he brings you in to share his message, you are so excited to hear it, because you are already, it has been built up and is just ready to deliver, and you're just there waiting for it. That's momentum. When you send out, for example, if you're going to send out an email campaign and there's 6 or 7 different pieces to it, don't send out the same message every single time. That is monotone, that is boring, and even though it is consistent, it doesn't build momentum. So build on your message. Say, look, here's this little service that I have, and this is how it's going to change your life. And then the next email that comes out says, but have you thought about this? And have you thought about this? And have you thought about this? And by the time they've heard from you 6 or 7 times, they're like, whoa, she really can just completely help me. She can completely change the way I do business, the way I do my life, the way I do X, fill in the blank. That's momentum. You don't get to create momentum with huge gaps, huge empty spaces, huge pauses in your message. So if you're at a concert and you're just in the flow with the music and you're just moving with it, and all of a sudden the lights go out and you're just dead silent, and that's all you hear. And it'll come back up again, and oh, there's all the music again, there's the orchestra, okay, everything's fine. But there's this little party that goes, what the heck was that? What just happened? Where did it all go? I was totally in there, and I was listening to the music and the lyrics and appreciating the brass and the strings and all that, and then it just disappeared. So even though it's back, what was that pause? What was going on? And even if the rest of your message is awesome and consistent, in the back of their minds, there's still this little what, right? This little inconsistency. This is what happens when you start an email campaign and you send out 2 or 3, and then it just skips for 2 months because you forget. Or this is what happens when you are networking and you're building momentum in your business, and not just necessarily with the people that hear you, but in your own mind, in your own development, in your own mindset. You're going to the network and you're sharing your message and you're connecting with people and you're building, and then all of a sudden it quits becoming a priority. Somehow something keeps you from moving forward. And here's a little secret, my friends. You don't just pick up where you left off. So if you do 1, 2, 3 networking events and disappear for a quarter, you don't get to pick up on number 4 when you start again 3 months later. You start at 0. You start at 1. Because momentum is that constant motion forward. I'm going to make you all motion sickness. It is that movement forward. It's that progress. And when you pause like that, it's not just a small hiccup. It can really set you back. This is how, in your brand, as you are building your business, you can't just do radio silence or you will lose that momentum. So here's what I want you to take away from this. There's 3 things. First, go listen to The Cure, To the Sky. It's an amazing song. The music builds, you will understand, push play and close your eyes. You will feel how it pushes you along. You'll feel it and you'll understand what I'm saying. 2, figure out what part in your business is the hiccup. Where are you inconsistent? Where are you, here's my message, everything is the same tone, the same colors, the same voice, everything's consistent, and then all of a sudden it just breaks off and there's some random, suddenly you went onto LinkedIn instead of doing all your Facebook, or vice versa. Figure out where your hiccups are. And then I would encourage you to lay it all out and see what part doesn't fit. You remember that song, one of these things is not like the other, one of these things just doesn't belong? I can almost guarantee you there is some piece in your brand that applies to. There is some weird thing that you thought was a good idea at the time, or it was a super cheap, inexpensive way to do something. So even though it wasn't quite in alignment with what you're trying to do and it didn't quite push you forward to your vision and your bigger path and purpose, you did it anyway. There's probably at least one hiccup in that brand process. I encourage you, I challenge you to go look at that and fix it, tweak it, take steps so that it doesn't happen again. And of course, last but not least, if you would like support in this, if you know there's something off about your brand, you know that the guitar is supposed to come in and didn't, if you know that you have a decent presence on social media, but you can't quite figure out what's amiss, what's not working, what piece is out of alignment, please call me. I can help you. This is part of what I do, is we go in and figure out where your challenges are and make little tweaks to them, make little adjustments so that everything's amazing. Everything builds momentum and moves you and your business forward. Doesn't that sound like way more fun? So go to my website. It's yourbrandbydesign.com/duet, D-U-E-T, duet. It's just me and you having a conversation, having a duet, talking about your business, your brand, and making those adjustments to move you forward and build momentum in your business and in your brand. So that's your homework. Figure out what's missing and give me a call when you get stuck. I'd love to help you figure this out. Until then, rock on, everybody. Have a great day.